All right, I just needed a little bit more time. Justin Timberlake, You Got It Bad, Comcast On Demand. All right, last time for tonight. It's been a very busy day. We will check back with you tomorrow with the headlines for your Wednesday. But I want to talk about this time of year. You know, the fall, nights start getting darker a whole lot sooner. We're about, 30 minutes away from darkness here in western Pennsylvania. Yeah, it's a good thing because, you know, it makes people kind of settle in a little bit more and spend a little extra time at the dinner table, hopefully with family. You know, I go back to those days where my beacon at about 6:30, 7 o'clock at night, playing a little touch football with the guys up on the hill that was called Branson Heights, the original Brighton boys, or maybe a game of basketball under a floodlight or a game of wiffle ball, or just hanging out talking about girls and listening to the radio, right? But I would see that light in the kitchen and I would just make my way because it was time to get washed up, as we do in western Pennsylvania, and sit down with the family for a little supper. And boy, those great smells, huh? Of fresh sauce and, of course, bread, dough for homemade pizza. Just a few of the great entrees that your Pratte pack grew up on. Yeah, my mother had some Italian heritage in her, but she had a whole lot of love. And I also remember, even back then, as we all do, you know, you're concerned about the utility bills, so you kind of wait as long as you can before you ask Columbia Gas to warm things up, right? And the thing that we used to love to do, whenever we would hear Mom say, I'm going to preheat that oven to 350, man, it was time to get into that kitchen and get warm. And the big pot of sauce boiling over, getting ready for the pasta to be put in place. It was warm, not just as far as comfort to the skin, but it was warm to the heart as far as family and my 5 sisters. And you know, many times now with my kids all grown and pretty much on my own, as I have been for a while, a lot of times on nights like tonight, I can hear the chatter, I can hear the laughter, and you know, my sisters, you think I'm funny, you think I'm the entertainer. Believe me, hands down, they were the best. I learned from the best, and my mom kind of led the way with that wooden spoon or spatula in her hand as a microphone, kind of entertaining the whole crowd. And there was always a little Dean Martin, a little Sinatra, a little Rosemary Clooney in the background, just to kind of spread a little bit more love. You know, the thing that I love the most about what I do is I get a chance to do the Coons Cooking Hour with Joe and Frank Dentisi and that great Dentisi family, Jody Zima and Patrice Sakuda, and of course the mother, Janet, who makes it all work. We get together every Sunday to set the stage, and our goal has always been to talk about food that gives you comfort, that gives you, well, the thought process to be thinking about breaking bread with your own family and making sure that you kind of keep that tradition of those Sunday dinners going. And I got to tell you, Mr. Dentisi and his son Frank do an incredible job, and no one has a better selection of groceries than your 9 neighborhood Coons markets. They would love, if you haven't, to stop in sometime and to experience what a real shopping tradition is in western Pennsylvania. I've been doing it for years and I absolutely love it. Coons Market, after all, it is a special place in your neighborhood and a Pittsburgh tradition, right? But I go back to Sunday dinners growing up with my wonderful family and my mom's mom every Sunday, not just for a few years, but a decade strong, and it just continued to go on no matter where we were in life. Hey, it always began and ended on Sunday with dinner at my grandmother's, and after a great dinner that would start early in the morning with church, we'd kick back and maybe watch one of those great movies from yesteryear, and everybody would kind of chime in and drink a whole lot of coffee and eat some homemade dessert and just kind of relax and ease into the rest of the day. Times have changed and maybe people don't do it on a regular basis anymore, but I highly encourage, if you get a chance, you should taste the good life and spend a little time with your family and break bread. And speaking of breaking bread and taste the good life, October 26th, DeSalvo Station, Joey DeSalvo, his lovely mom and dad, Rita and Guy DeSalvo, are going to be, once again, the biannual event, Taste the Good Life, for the Watson Institute out of Swickley. This is a gala that started with very humble beginnings in 1992, and it has really became a huge event in the fall and spring in that great community of Latrobe and that historic landmark, DeSalvo Station. The family around various food stations with sumptuous food, fine wine and spirits, incredible cigars from great people like Sindicato, and of course, your master of ceremonies, Joey DeSalvo. and I have been going there for years as well too. So all I'm saying, if you get a chance, please go to tastethegoodlife.org and experience it with the DeSalvo family, and it's something you're going to remember for a very long time to come. As you will, this Saturday, if you go to Little Italy, the great community of Bloomfield, home of that Italian terrible Tal, Mark Mackey, and all of the wonderful folks that I've gotten to know, like Maria Moranti, and you got the Pleasure Bar, the Costa family. I absolutely love Bloomfield. Well, their annual Columbus Day Parade, Guy Costa will be striking up the band this Saturday, and he will join me on News Radio 1020 KDK at 6 a.m. to preview it all. And this is really like the city of neighborhoods, a melting pot. People of all walks of life and all nationalities welcome. They turn out by the thousands, and they simply enjoy the parade route and all of the wonderful things that that incredible place, Bloomfield, has to offer. And then on Columbus Day, Monday night, on Rob Pratte Monday night, after the Allegheny Health Network program, Medical Frontiers, we're going to be joined by two of my favorite cooms. Ernie Ritchie, Ritchie's Italian Sausage, and he learned to make that incredible recipe with his mother and father at his side as a young man. His lovely wife and his two sons, they've carried on that great tradition that is the Feast of the Seven Fishes of Christmas Eve, so much so that Ernie has become the go-to guy every single Christmas Eve when we go live at Coons Market on McKnight Road to continue that tradition. Ernie will drop by, talk about the significance of being Italian, talk about Columbus Day, his heritage, and truly what a family dinner is all about. And if you've never experienced Ernie Ritchie on the radio, you don't want to miss him at 9 o'clock on Columbus Day evening on News Radio 1020 KDK Rob Pratte Monday night. And then in the 10 o'clock hour, ladies and gentlemen, a man that's got more energy than anyone I have ever known, okay? He is Joey DeSalvo. He will be on the main stage, distance to the Pittsburgh Newsline, for the 10 o'clock hour, talking fine wine and good spirits and great cigars, and also Taste the Good Life, which is coming October 26th to his incredible restaurant that is suitable for the intimate dining or a large gathering. And if you have anything planned in the way of a wedding, family get-together, business luncheon or dinner, and you need to entertain and really roll out the red carpet, you need to take the A train to Latrobe and DeSalvo Station. So I am right now going to take the rest of the evening off, what's left of it, relax a little bit, and just get ready, folks, because big weekend in the Berg, Bloomfield, Columbus Day Parade Saturday, and then Columbus Day Monday. And Saturday morning at 6 a.m., Guy Costa telling you all about the parade and that great community of Little Italy, Bloomfield. And then on Columbus Day Monday night, I'll be joined by Ernie Ritchie, Ritchie's Italian Sausage, and Joey DeSalvo. So until then, ciao from your Pratte Pack. Good night.